According to experts, in communication with members of the opposite sex, beauty is less important than sexual intelligence. People with this intelligence at a high level are less affected by anxiety and depression. Sexual intelligence is a highly undervalued social skill that has a huge impact on our overall well-being. Studies by American professors have shown that harmony in sexual life is not accidental, it is not the result of luck. Harmony is achieved by a combination of knowledge of oneself, body, the ability to enjoy what is happening, the ability to hear the partner, their desires. The basis of sexual IQ is the recognition of your own sexuality, which is an important part of your personality. Sexual satisfaction is directly related to a person's level of sexual intelligence. If there is a desire, then the sexual intelligence is possible to develop quite simply. Moreover, scientists have found that it is people with high levels of sexual intelligence who are able to build harmonious relationships with the same partner throughout their lives. I suggest you take a little test to determine your own level of sexual intelligence, and then I'll tell you how to develop it. There are many experts who have their own methods of calculating sexual intelligence, but one of the most popular is the test of expert Antoni Belinchis. To pass it, you need to answer yes or no to the following questions. Try to write down or memorize your answers. Do you feel free and ready to show sexual initiative? Are you free to talk about your sexuality with your partner? Do you feel that you are often sexually abused? Do you think that most sexual acts, sex for one night or a lifetime partner, reward for both of you? Do you have sex as often as you want? Do you think your partner is too selfish? Do you want to be with your partner after orgasm? Do you find your relationship too monotonous or too routine? Do you feel guilty about sexual thoughts or masturbation? Do you think the sexual rituals you practice are appropriate to your real needs? Do you take certain initiatives from your partner, but then feel that he is doing something that does not meet your needs? Do you think most people have a better and happier sex life than you? Great, now let's check your results. So, you already know your level of sexual intelligence, and now let's talk about the ways how we can develop it. First, free from myths. The challenge before us is to get rid of the stereotypes of love and sex that are cluttered with imagination and reproduced in novels and films. This is the idea, for example, that sex is easy, magical and fast. The authors call it a sex myth at first sight. The two meet with a look in the crowd, a couple of passionate kisses, an orgasm in an elevator and love forever. Of course it happens in life, but not often. When this does not happen, the woman is convinced of the impropriety of the intimate life, because her sex is not like the one shown in the film. It is necessary to understand that the sexual life of other people is variable, each person builds it in his own way. You have to stop waiting for the movie script, getting upset if it doesn't work out that way. It was essential not to substitute social stereotypes for real thoughts. For example, it's not axiomatic that sexuality equals youth, maybe you don't. Maybe it's a sense of humor? Maybe you're a sapiosexual and you get turned on by an IQ partner? Maybe you think sexuality is silence? Sexual intelligence is not about chance, beauty or sexual attraction. Having worked out fears, beliefs, attitudes, the person gets the opportunity of a more vivid partnership, becomes confident in himself. Thus, intimate life is brought to a renewed stage. But it will be achieved only in harmony with itself, freed from all labels and cliches. Second, realize your sexuality. It is important to be able to adapt to your changing body over time and the point of view about what is pleasure, proximity and satisfaction, which, by the way, also changes. A lot of people think they're not sexy enough because they're not skinny, athletic, or perfect. But sexuality is not a reflection of looks, it's inner comfort in your own body. This is the acceptance of all the flaws and definition of the merits of your body. A sexually intelligent person knows that sex drive is a complex intertwining of associations created by our life experiences. He knows how to determine whether his sexual desires become the substitute for his emotional needs for recognition, safety, power, and fear of loneliness. Society has for centuries tabooed the subject of sex, censure a man for his desires, feelings, fantasies, thoughts. Most sex stereotypes are related to shame. By analyzing the beliefs that underlie the appearance of guilt and shame, you can, if not completely get rid of them, at least change attitudes. Note what you like about sex and what's totally unacceptable to you. This will help you not only explore your own boundaries and establish clear rules of entitlement, but also develop your sexual intelligence, and thus become a more attractive partner for building intimate relationships. The key to happy sexuality is not what we do in bed, but what we do in our heads when we're in bed. It is only by observing desires, realized and suppressed, by observing what attracts us and what causes problems, by observing but not judging, that we are free to choose how to behave. Third, feel free to talk about sex. One of the most important and easy steps you should take is to learn to speak directly with your partner about sex and your intimate relationships. There's no way to develop sexual intelligence without it. Happy, open-minded sexuality doesn't thrive alone. A sexually intelligent man knows how to listen and listen. He talks to a partner about his sexuality and is able to understand the other's individuality. The idea that sexual issues cannot be expressed is one of those myths that prevents us from understanding and talking about feelings. Once the vow of silence has been broken, it is possible to better know the true sexual feelings and establish an understanding with the other. Being sexually smart means being honest with yourself and your partner. So talk more, ask more, and learn to trust. It's only in dialogue that one realizes who's really there. Feel free to discuss your sexual desires. There are no right and wrong things in sex. There are acceptable and desirable. To be sexually happy, you need to understand what makes you personally happy. After all, a sufficient number of people have unrealized fantasies and desires, which they are afraid to inform the partner. It's practically a taboo subject for them. So instead of multiplying their sexual IQ, they get developmental delay. Sexual intelligence, the ability to know one's sexuality, gives one a tremendous power to transform one's life. This trustworthy knowledge is the true source of passion. It allows you to make the right choice in matters of sex and feel good in their place. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.